Welcome back. IU baseball has the top recruiting class in the Big Ten for 2021. It's a group that features Linton star Josh Pyne, who took a different route to the diamond than most.
How about him for your minors?
Linton's Josh Pyne is one of the top high school senior baseball players in the state. But believe it or not, the sport hasn't always been his favorite.
You know, most people grow up in baseball, basketball, but I grew up in racing dirt bikes.
Years ago, the Pyne family took their sons, including Josh, across the country to race in the Grand National Cross Country Circuit.
Dirt bike racing was big for us. Our oldest son was a very good woods racer, so naturally Joshua kind of was raised in that. That was what we did on the weekends. So naturally, Josh followed in his footsteps.
The Pyne's love for racing turned into a nightmare in January of 2009 when 7-year-old Josh had a bad accident at a race in Mississippi.
I was riding way over my head. When I hit a tree stump, and I whiskey throttled, which is where, you know, I'm falling off the bike, but I'm trying to regather my grip, and I pulled the throttle and I lost control and I hit a tree, you know, and so from there I don't remember anything. I know my brother and my dad had told me that they both circled the track both ways, were looking for me, and when my dad ended up finding me, I bit my tongue nearly completely off. There was about 1/8 of an inch left.
Josh's injury was so serious he had to be lifelined to a top level 1 trauma hospital in Memphis.
We were in the hospital for about a week, and there was a point in time when they told us that he wouldn't talk or eat again due to the injury to his tongue.
After having no idea what his future holds, Pyne defied the doctors and the odds, returning to racing just a month later.
Naturally, he proved them wrong. Within about 4 to 5 weeks after healing, we put him back on the track for a race. He won that race, actually won it by a landslide. I don't think there was a dry eye on the finish line, and that was his last race. That's when we told him to find a new sport.
It didn't take long for the competitor and Josh to find his next sport to excel in.
I started playing baseball and I found a love for it, and I had a talent for it. I just had a natural talent for it.
Josh was so good at baseball, he committed to IU his freshman year at Linton before he even played a high school game. It's crazy to think no one might have ever seen that talent.
Had he not had that wreck, I don't know that he would have picked up baseball the way he picked it up. So obviously the path was moved, and that was the path he was supposed to take.
Just like Josh does with curveballs these days, the Pynes took what life threw at them 12 years ago and knocked it out of the park with their decision to move from racing to baseball.
Think back when that happened back in '09, and now here we are graduating, going to go play for a phenomenal program like Indiana University baseball. And again, the path was pivoted, and you know, we're blessed.